I am Shane.
I'm Kelsey,
and
this
that's
is Dixie,
and we're Love Hut for Life. We have now been on the road for 62 weeks in our self-built slide-in camper / tiny home on wheels. This week, we've been traveling westward through Texas.
That's right, guys. Texas is my home state, and I love it dearly. But as nomads, we have to admit that it's a little bit harder to do what we do in this state because 90% of Texas is owned.
That's right. This week we'll be showing you some of our best and favorite spots that we've been able to locate and even talk about some of the ones that we didn't stop at. Make sure you leave us a comment below and tell us what you thought, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you are aware when we post a video every week.
I hope that this video helps you explore my home state, the great state of Texas. In Northeast Texas, we cheat a little bit and stay with my family in Marshall.
You told me to wake you up by 10.
I have a little sweeter way of waking up teenagers.
My little buddy Maddie and Kelsey were both hands on deck to help me put a new face on this old chicken coop. We both really love this family and enjoy spending time with them. We're also very grateful that we had the ability and time to help them get such a project done so that their chickens have a new place to live.
You can always count on lots of love, card games, and good laughs at the Warren house. The next morning, we were up with the dogs and ready to get back to work. There was just a little bit of work to be done before it was time to hug our girl goodbye and hit the open road.
In this region, there's two places you could camp for free, and that is Lake Wright-Patman as well as Lake O' the Pines, which are both ACE properties. Instead, we chose to go jam with this little girl.
And her mom, Chelsea, one of my oldest friends. That night, we hung out in their driveway in Henderson and were ready to hit the road again the next morning. This time, ready to go back to our normal life of nomads.
Texas is huge. We had about 200 miles to cover that day. The next jump westward for us would be Lake Whitney, which is a part of the Brazos River and is another ACE property. They have several different camping spots all around, and we chose Still Creek.
Still Creek is a free campground that offers private spots with waterfront views, and it was the perfect place for us to set up camp and wait on some of our friends to arrive.
Our buddies Joe and Jared came in from Dallas and brought a tent to set up beside us.
How many guys does it take to set up a tent? Apparently more than 3. They eventually got it figured out, and we had a great time eating dinner and hanging out around a campfire, looking up at those big, bright Texas stars. Unfortunately, they could only stay one night, so by the time we got up the next morning, they were already packing up their tent to go. But we talked them into going down to the water and hanging out for a bit first.
Texas is really good about their free camping. There's not a lot of it, but when there is, they're beautiful and very well maintained.
We got back to camp and started a game of Rook, but before we knew it, a storm was rolling in and it was time for them to get out of there. So me and Shane hunkered down in the Love Hut and made some jewelry as we waited for the storm to blow over.
The next morning, the lake had turned into an ocean, and we took a nice stroll down the beach before packing it up and exploring the rest of the campground and hitting the road.
Our goal was to head west as quickly as we could, and that meant that we had a lot of miles to cover. It's always fun going this direction and watching the tall trees turn to short trees and then nothing but cacti.
We previously have stopped at Lake Brady on this route, but we were able to get a little further west and made it all the way to San Angelo for the evening.
The further west you get, the better the sunsets are.
We were in need of supplies, and San Angelo is the last large town for quite a ways, so we went ahead and took advantage of that.
Then it was time for the flat part of Texas, where you can see for miles and miles and miles ahead of you. Just when you think that it's never going to end, this happens. You're in the Texas Hill Country, where beautiful sights like this are in every direction.
We had been following GPS for hours, and it finally happened. We hit a dirt road. This was quite a gnarly one with a lot of washboarding, as well as going up the side of a mountain, all to circumvent an interstate.
Boy, was it worth it when we got there, though. This scenic overlook area is a place that you shouldn't miss if you're coming through this part of Texas. Breathtaking views in every direction. Hey, Dixie. Dixie, guess what? Van's coming. Are you so excited? No, he's not here yet. We were all super excited to see our buddy Van, and of course his roommate Joe as well.
We had a birthday celebration for Joe and a Love Hut dinner party, all underneath the big bright stars of Texas.
All right, guys, we are coming to you from the beautiful Ozona, Texas, and today we're going to do a little bit of celebrating because 1 year ago today in Hawaii, Shane asked me a pretty special question.
That's right, we've been engaged for a full year now, and this year we're freezing our butts off. We are very close to 2 national parks, and we are undecided which one we're going to, so make sure you stay in tune next week to find out which one that was.
Guys, we appreciate each and every one of you for following us along on this amazing journey that we call life and following our love story so far. Be sure and stay tuned so that you can come with us on our journey out west, where we have a lot of adventures ahead of us.
If you get a minute, check out our other social medias, including Facebook, Instagram, and of course, YouTube. We'll see y'all next week. Bye, y'all.
Peace out.